So I am joined today by the beautiful Judy Bullimore. Hi, Judy.
Hello.
So Judy, you are the creator of an amazing, very powerful job interview technique. Yeah. And it's called the interview story impression technique. Yeah. ISIT
Yeah,
for short.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited to speak with you today and to share your journey of just how far you have come. And so I'm going to hand it over to you. So basically, Judy, before we came into contact, just before we came into contact and you reached out to me, what was going on for you? What type of things were going on for you in your life? And what was the struggle? Why couldn't you do what you wanted to do in terms of getting your message out and a business aligned, etc.?
Well, I decided to start a business because of my circumstances. I'd been working in a job that took me a long time to get, but I found myself as a single parent to two children. I just finished my maternity leave in the January before starting the program, so that was only 2 months before starting the program. I'd returned back to my paid position, and I was just struggling to manage the job, to manage the children, to do it on my own. I attempted to even my first week back, I had no childcare. All my childcare fell through, and I had to actually cancel going into work on my first week back. And I thought, this is ridiculous. I need to find something that works for me. And I'd always in the past had the idea of being a CV writer and doing something around employability, because that's something that I was always good at. And I thought, oh, I'll just do a few workshops in Nottingham, where I'm from. And, you know, my kind of unique selling point would be the fact that I provide them face to face, so I can meet people in a coffee shop, do some CVs. And then, you know, that will fit around my you know, family commitments.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of in kind of business mode because I had to be. If I didn't make a success of doing this kind of self-employment, then the alternative would be for me to probably get a job that I didn't want and just completely sell myself short. Or be on benefits, which I've never ever been on benefits in my life, and I really didn't want to be on them. So yeah, I just thought, I've got to make this a success. So I attended some free business courses. I went on Facebook and tapped in, you know, business, whatever help I could get, I was happy to get. And I thought that I was doing all right. I had like a little plan. And then one morning, my daughter, who was 8 months at the time, she was sleeping in my bed. I was breastfeeding, doing everything that I'm not supposed to do as a mother, in the room, sleeping next to me, breastfeed. But yeah, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I looked on my phone. She was sleeping right next to me, and there was your webinar. And I thought, and funnily enough, about 2 weeks before that, my friend had mentioned The Secret to me, and I'd been reading it.
Yep.
And I'd already kind of tapped into, you know, attraction, and, you know, if you think, and I was in like a mode of, I've got to succeed, I'll take whatever help I can get. So I think that I was quite open to just receiving information.
Yeah.
Your webinar came up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I genuinely thought that it was a gift from God, because I usually don't have any time to do anything with dealing with the children and everything. And I thought, 5 o'clock, she's asleep, I can watch this. It's about to start. And yeah, I watched it, and I was like, book a call. Yeah, of course. I had to get childcare out of my mum's house. I did because I care for my mum. My mum has bipolar, and I've always cared for her I've moved her house, everything. So she was actually in this kind of complex where she has like a day room. And I was willing there to be nobody in this day room, because that's the only place that would be comfortable enough for me to actually do the call.
I didn't know that we actually, you asked for how you, because
I had to move mountains to even just have this phone call. Also, during the call, it went on longer than I thought it was, and I had to get all the way back from my mum's to get my other daughter. And I was thinking, oh God, but this is so good. It's what I need. I'm like, oh, who's going to look after my child?
oh my goodness.
But it was just, I just feel like it was just a gift. It really was. I came away thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm in the best possible hands to make my life a success. I was just ready to have somebody who knows what they're talking about to give me the direction that I need. And I never thought that it would entail as much as it has. I just thought that, you'll just show me what to do and I'd do it. I didn't think there would be all this kind of transformation. I would never have known that. So
it's fascinating, and thank you so much for sharing the story, because there were so many nuggets of gold in what you've just said, Judy. It's amazing, and all testament to you, as a single mum, taking your power back and saying, no, this is, I'm open and I need help. And I need it now, and I'm going to either pray to God or the universe, whatever you believe in. It's like, please send me help and support. And the fact is that, when we spoke, what struck me is that you showed up. You showed up, literally. You committed, decisive. I need to take action. I need help. This is what I want from my life. And the thing is that, because I've got 25 years plus experience in business, it's never, it would be impossible for me to sit on my hands and only give people like a little bit of textbook stuff. That's not my style. I'm a real doer. And so what I was really keen is, when you said to me, look, I have this is everything. This is not some twee little kind of like sideline hobby thing. I need this. Because I love it when women show up like that. I absolutely love it, because that means there's power and there's passion behind you to get things done. And my goodness, you have got things done. I mean, from when we started working with each other and you came into the program and you had this kind of, as you said, this idea of, well, I can do like the CV writing and whatever. Tell people how that evolved into what you've actually created so far.
Yeah. I think I needed for you to just point out that might have been playing a bit small, because when we talked about my background and my experience, I think even I knew that I was probably selling myself a bit short with just doing CVs and stuff for people, because I have always worked in roles where I've helped to transform other people's lives and bring out the best in people. That's what I've always done. That's something that I've always enjoyed doing. To me, I think the CVs were just a way of making some money, as opposed to doing something that really means a lot to me and is aligned to my kind of core values. But I think that it was when I just decided that it can be more than just that. I think originally we'd gone down the route of delivering kind of support to companies that might be laying people off and things like that. So then I would be more of like a I'd still be kind of building my expert status in the field of employability and jobs, and maybe doing it in the charity or a sector where you're actually helping people who are disadvantaged in some way. So I did my market research around that, found that that could be a really viable option for me. But then as things progressed and I started to look at what wasn't out there, it just gave me more ideas of what contribution I could make.
Mm-hmm.
And it was through the market research activity that I actually started seeing myself as an expert. That it took a lot of some of the extra resources that you have with the, you know, the mindfulness, building your confidence in yourself, identifying your own skills.
Mm-hmm.
It was through that process that I was like, nobody else is saying what I'm trying to say in the way that I want it to be said, in like a real, natural, genuine way.
Yeah.
I couldn't find very much from the perspective of support, rather than like the kind of HR recruitment advice that is so much of it, but it's never done with heart. It's never done with real life experience. And I just started, the more I looked, the more I researched, the more I thought, oh, there's definitely a place for what I would like to do. And just my creative juices were flowing. And I've always had this creative side of my brain that has not been used for ages.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my job roles that I've had that I've really enjoyed have been the ones where I've had to design training, or I've designed something from scratch. And obviously I've had 4 years at the time of the program where I've just been in mummy mode, and also just trying to function amongst all the relationship breakdown and all the negative feelings of that came with that. So it was just using that creative side. And once I sit down and start thinking about what I can do, I'm amazed at what I can produce. But what I found was being at home didn't work for me, because it was just too, and I just really needed to get out. So I would go when I was working, and I treated this like work. It not only is it enjoyable for me, but I did want to treat it seriously. So I'd go to you know, like pubs and Costas and, you know, just like coffee shops. It got me out. I would sit there, log on to the Wi-Fi, get myself a drink, and I'd have my my stationery. When I was developing the interview story impression technique, I had all my colours. I got this big book of just blank white paper, and I was there just brainstorming away. And it's my happy place, like my work or the business. It's where I go when things, even when I'm at home and things are really stressed out, I'll zone into, you know, because that's what you've taught me. You've taught me to be able to visualize. I'm really good at that now. I can actually snap out of any situation very quickly and just visualize myself in the environment that I want to be, and that's normally doing what I'm doing or about to do, you know. So
it's amazing, because you see, many people think that again, some amazing little gems that you've just spoken about. So many women that I speak to in business, just starting out, or maybe, you know, established many years, is that you know, the one thing that comes through time and time again for women, especially women, and I've worked with lots of men over the years, you know, the fact for women though is that we have so many balls in the air juggling, and life and emotions and health and relationships and everything. Business is never ever in isolation. And so when I decided to really package up all of this expertise and help people like you, Judy, to really kind of break it out and think bigger and be bigger and give more and create financial independence for yourself and your 2 children, and make your life a whole lot easier and more fulfilled, one of the things I was really keen to do was not just look at building a business, because quite honestly, there are textbooks out there, there are videos you can watch. Yeah, you knock yourself out with all the webinars, and hey, you know, I've got the webinars as well, and they serve a purpose for getting people like yourself on the telephone with me, so we can really get to the truth about what's going on. Because you ain't going to learn to build a business by watching a webinar or by looking at YouTube videos or reading books. You have to take action, smart, decisive action. And so you know, I think the program, so if anybody's listening to this and they go, well, I thought, you know, is she just doing mindset stuff? And it's like, no, we align marketing and communication to get you to attract your ideal customers. We give you the systems and the platforms to be able to express yourself. But more than that, we're looking at a holistic view of your life, and we're weeding the garden of the mind. So one of those kind of stinky thinking and stuff that we've got on in terms of beliefs that can come and sort of sabotage our success, they're also being dealt with as people move through my programs, whether it be the expert alchemists or the business alchemists that we work with, or high growth businesses. Everybody, without exception, it's like, please do the mindset work, because you can have the best marketing in the world, but if you've got the stinky thinking going on, you're going to sabotage time and time again. It's going to be a boom and bust thing, and I don't want that for anybody. And so I'm really pleased that you've got so much out of that, and it's supported you in terms of that. So let's just talk about kind of like, because there are elements of this program that compound. You start with clarity, and that first thing you were describing, Judy, was like, you know, doing that kind of research about, so should I do this, should I do that? And that's part of the clarity exercise, to get you and everybody really, really crystal clear on what is it you should be doing. And it's not just a logical process, it's a heart connection process as well. So it's about going, I could work with that person, I could work with that person, I could work in corporate, I could do that, because you can do anything. That's my belief in business. You can do anything you want. That's the beauty of it. It's a vehicle of liberation as far as I'm concerned. But it comes back to choosing where the heart and the passion is, because that's the thing that's going to keep you getting out of bed in the morning and keeping going, is absolutely recognizing. And we did that in terms of getting you clarity over the type of people you wanted to work with, the type of challenges that they were having. And then from there, we take you into the persona work, and the persona workshop stuff is so, so powerful. So you want to, because they're fun, but also, my God, they're so powerful. So can you just describe to people, you know, your experience of the persona work that we do? Because it ain't just putting pretty pictures on paper and calling them Mary or something. Well, that's what people think. You know, they turn around and they go, "Oh, of course, you do the persona work. That's the avatar. I've done my avatars, Heather. You know, I've got Dutiful Dave and Mary, whatever, Magical Mary, and you know, I've got a pretty pic. Look, you know, and they live there, and you know." That ain't what this is about. So Judy, tell people just to experience, not about the process itself that you went through, but how powerful it was, this technique that I developed in.
So I suppose firstly, it's making you really clear on who it is that you're wanting to target and help. And in order to do that, you're kind of having to get into their mindset at a really deep level. But because they might not be real people yet, you're already having to use other parts of your brain to visualize your dream customer. And then you've got to add actual realistic features onto that by, you know, going to actual, you know, Facebook and finding these people that might not, you know, they do exist, but you didn't realize that they exist at the time. And then you're like, oh, they do exist. And then you're having to drill down. You think that you've got it. And then it's like, drill down again. And actually through the process, and as my ideas developed, the first version of my original personas changed. It changes quite a lot. But in doing that activity, you're learning what to do. So you're actually getting like the most amazing business knowledge. And I learn through doing. I don't learn through reading, and it doesn't go in that way. I have to do it. So I actually feel like I can apply that to anything. So, you know, my Facebook group will have the same logic to it. And I would need to feel the people that I'm actually trying to target. Anyway, if I was doing an event face to face, I'd still be kind of seeking out my personas. It just runs through everything. But I would say that the most powerful one was the one that I did for myself.
Yes,
the brand actually brand myself.
The brand
through,
business identity, as I call it, which is the force behind any business that differentiates them, which actually allows you to stand out with a uniqueness that is as singular as your thumbprint. It's literally unique. It's your DNA. So tell people about that, because they're probably sitting there going, my God, what does she do to these?
It was that, to me, that's the most transformation that I've had, because I had to look at myself with different lenses and understand what makes me tick, what my values are, what my interests are, what my hopes, my dreams are. And then I had to actually put that into some type of tangible format. So doing the Pinterest exercise was really helpful for me. Finding images, finding colours, finding textures and things that resonate with me, and then having the CAF and the team and obviously you to kind of help make sense of that.
Make it real.
And then finally, when I put my name on it, it just felt so right. So my persona is Angelica Sunshine.
It is Angelica Sunshine.
And I've got it on my in my bathroom. I've got a board in my bathroom.
Amazing.
And it says I can, I will, I must. And that's something that I've got that from something you've done in your thing. And then it's got kind of my original amount of money that I wanted to make each month. And it's got a little picture of my dream house with my two little girls standing outside, with the sun shining. And it's just amazing, because I think to myself, that's the person that that's the mode that I need to be in. I want to be this Angelica Sunshine. I am. It's like my alter ego, or the person that I'm stepping into to make all this real. It's just such a great thing to do. And it's a bit like, I think the reason why it resonates with me is it's a bit like the power of doing a CV with somebody. When you do that whole, if you do it properly and you take people back to their core values, you realize that you can actually make a document or something that encompasses who they are and does them justice. And I've never done that exercise for myself until now. So I love it.
So that's amazing. So that powerful process, the reason why we take people, so it's clarity first, then we take you through the very powerful persona work, which is the bedrock of an entire business. And as I said, it's holistic. It takes into account your dreams, your hopes, your visions, what you want, your values, your belief, everything, the whole thing. A very powerful neuroscience way of actually relaxing you, using visualization techniques and everything to actually have that. So you know what it is, you can feel it kind of cellular level. And then of course we bring in our team to actually help you then translate what's all up here and kind of like, woo, and we translate that then very powerfully into all your brands, your websites. We help you construct that. There's a team there that come and create the websites with you. Copywriting. So again, we introduce you, because there's one thing knowing your customers and your clients and where they are and who they are and how to reach them. Another thing altogether is how to convey that message on your heart and how you can help them. And so we take you through the very powerful copywriting exercises, and you're doing tremendously well with that one, Judy, because also that copywriting goes onto your website, and also you're looking at different vehicles now in terms of like webinars and stuff like that, of how you can actually get your message out fully into the world. So tell us about the copywriting side. How have you found that? I mean, sometimes it's really challenging for people until it clicks, because it's not just storytelling, which is so many people just it's very powerful.
It's a bit like it's a bit like your method, in that you're learning through doing this program with you. I'm learning so much, and the copywriting is like being taught the secret weapon to real communication on a business level, as well as, you know, it's like I could have put a post. If I wouldn't have met you, I would have been posting away on Facebook. I hate social media. I'm not very good at it. Anyway, I had to go on a social media masterclass before I came on. Do you remember I was saying that? I got this thick book of all the different social media platforms, LinkedIn, and I remember thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to master all these things. And I would have done that. I would have followed that book, because I would have thought that that's the way to do things, because I actually went on a social media course that was delivered by the business people in the council and stuff. And actually, your way is nothing like that, their way. But it's 10 times more powerful and much more successful. And it's just what you say, like you use that approach where you describe the pain points, and then you bring them on a journey with your solutions, and you do it with real connection and being genuine, cutting out all the fluff.
Real love, isn't it? It's real.
Yeah.
It's authentic. I think the thing that I wanted to convey more than anything in this program is that this is real life. This is real entrepreneurship. That's why it's not textbook stuff. It's like 25 years of me having the bumps and bruises and pain points and everything, and the victories as well, bringing that as an alchemy. That's why we call them the alchemy programs, is that magic of transformation comes from doing. And in terms of, you can never get this stuff from just a textbook. This is about actually learning how to connect at a heart and soul level with your dream clients. It's about how to convey information to them so they take action, rather than just go, oh, that's nice, next, whatever. And so I'm really pleased that you found that useful.
Yeah, and also just the call to actions, and the fact that it has a strategy to it. And I like the idea. I'm actually excited at building a relationship through this method with people, because that's what I want to do. I want to get my message out as far and wide as possible, but I want to do it in a way that doesn't feel like an annoying, onerous task. And I find that I'm much more free and creative if I think that I'm speaking to a friend, or somebody who I genuinely want to connect with, and then that comes through my words, and so it flows much more easier for me. It's easier to do. It's an enjoyable process. So and I'm actually looking forward more to just getting my ideas into this format and getting them out than I ever would have without it. So
amazing. And also the fact that you said, we can't turn around nowadays for social media. It's everywhere. But the thing is that it's distinguishing what type of social media you need and how you're going to utilize it. Otherwise, it's like, it can suck the life out of you. I mean, it's like, you have to be so discerning about the strategies you use nowadays. And it's not just a case of, oh, I've got to be on social media and do this and do that. Because otherwise you're going to be spending your entire week posting on different sites and writing blogs and stuff like that, and none of that stuff will get you sales. and that's the thing that like pains me so much, is there's this massive myth out there for people where it's just like, you've got to be on social media. And it's like, I speak to them and I go, well, are you making any money? And they go, well, no. And I say, well, how many hours are you working each week? And they're like, well, 30 hours because I've got to do my blogs and I've got to do this post. And it's like, no, stop. So it's really, it's great to hear you who've experienced not only a traditional kind of like social media course, in the book, and then coming to actually real life entrepreneurship. We get real in this program, don't we, Judy? This is not about sort of private jets and mansion houses and whatever. And if you choose to have that, then that's absolutely fabulous. But, this is about real women. It's about real life. It's about authentic expert status. It's about you turning around and saying, I have a message that I want to get out to the world. These are the people I want to work with. And I want a nice income for me and my family. And I can then scale it to whatever I want when the children are a little bigger, or if they are big, you can kind of like, scale it bigger still. It's a flexible role model business model rather, to actually be able to scale and grow with you. So that's amazing. So is there anything else that you want to tell us about your journey on, and you're still going through the journey, because we don't just like leave and drop you off a cliff at the end of it. We are really kind of like invested in your dream. We can't want it more than you.
Yeah.
But we're there with you every step of the way in terms of like cheering you on and keeping you accountable.
Yeah.
And
I so needed that. No, I think that there's a couple of things. There's one in that my approach to getting my head around technology has been a real transformation for me, because I feel as though I was a technophobe before. But now I just approach it with a real can-do attitude. I'm like, look, how hard can this be? I can do it. I might need a longer to play around with it than the average person, but I've really surprised myself. And also, while this has all been going on, I've been doing the CVs on the side.
Yeah.
I realised quite early on that I can't actually do it all in terms of my time with any real, but I've just massively surprised myself. At the very beginning, I thought, oh, I'll just make some side money with CVs. I'll charge, £80 or something for the CV. Bearing in mind that, what I've realised is, no matter what level of the CV or whatever, it always takes a decent amount of time. So in terms of my self-worth and my charging, I've been doing CVs that are £200. Amazing. Whereas before, I would never, and also the people that I've been doing CVs for I'm doing one that a person who's a neurosurgeon. I've done a director. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but I've been
we know what you mean.
High, really like senior level CVs, and I didn't think when they approached me, I genuinely didn't think that I could do it. I was like, I'll make out as though I can do it, and then I was like, oh, I don't know whether I can do this, and I've just massively surprised myself. I even did a load of business documents for somebody where they won their contract through the proposal document that I put together, and I don't even know whether I would have accepted these things before doing all the work that I've done on my confidence and my self-development. Yeah. So now I kind of feel as though I can feel more comfortable charging more and kind of making sure that the time that I spend is worth it. So yeah, I just feel I think it's great that we're having this conversation at the beginning of the year, because I already feel confident that if we have this conversation next year, I know that I will be successful in terms of the income that I want each month. And I believe that, and I would never have really believed that before. So there's definitely something positive that's happened. That's
amazing. Because again, I've got this saying which is what I found to be true, which is, your net worth will never ever exceed your self-worth. And I say that a lot, don't I, in the program, but it's true, because this is not just about building a business. As I said, you can get the best business. I could hand you, £1 million turnover business, but if you've got all the self-doubt there of you being a business owner and a business woman who can confidently do this, and I've got no doubt at all, Judy, about your integrity and your skill set. When we first spoke, I was very keen to understand your background, your skill set, who you helped. And it became very obvious very, very fast that you were a very, very skilled professional in your field, and you got incredible results for people. And so from my point of view, it's like, okay, so this lady has got the skills. She just doesn't have the know-how, and her confidence is a little sort of taken a bit of a hit. Okay, so they're the areas that we need to kind of overcome and strengthen. And that's just part of, that's just the start for you, Judy. If you've managed to go from charging just 80 pound for something, and now you are confidently going, no, 200 pound. And this is all evidence that is stacking in your favor. In terms of the help and the programs that you are now packaging up, because you've gone from, I'm just going to do one CV, to actually now broadening the way that you look at things so that you could package up your expertise. And you know, one of your programs is actually package your potential, isn't it? That's your, and you're doing that for people who want to elevate their careers and get better jobs. And again, all of this journey you've been through our program, you're being able now to actually, and it's beautiful. I love this, is the fact that what you've learnt and how you're growing and changing and you know, getting stronger as a businesswoman, you're now taking what you're learning and you're mixing that in an alchemy way with your skill set to help others as well improve their confidence and get jobs, their dream jobs and careers. I absolutely love it. Well done you. Well done you. So if there's another Judy out there, okay, if there's another Judy somewhere sitting there, gone through a bit of a tough time, they need to bring, you know, the income in, they need to improve their confidence levels, they need hope, they need a certainty of their future, that they can actually do this and they can create an income, they can get their message out there, all the skills and the doing of it. You know, what would you say to somebody else who's sat there at the moment going, well, I don't know if I can do it? Yeah, she's Judy, she's Heather. I mean, how I don't know if I can do it.
I think that, you know, if you can dig deep and find some determination, because you really do need determination. But if you are determined to bring yourself out of the situation that you're in, and you know that you're capable of more, then take that leap of faith in yourself, and go for it, and take that step without, and try not to worry about a worst case scenario, because I'm a bit like that. I will be thinking on a practical level, what if this fails? Or what if this doesn't happen? But actually, you're much more resilient and much more stronger than you think you are. I know that I am. And actually, there is no worst case scenario if you're taking a chance on yourself, because it's worth it. And if you're not going to do it, then who is really? It's definitely worth it. And what I've come to realize is that I'm trying to live my life with the advice that I would give for my children. So I would never say to my kids, settle for anything. And I would feel like a bit of a hypocrite doing that now for myself. I feel like it's worth it. There's going to be loads of doubt, and there's going to be loads of but actually just do it, and you'll see that it's worth it.
Amazing. Okay, that's incredible. What powerful advice that is. That's amazing. So is there anything else you want to add, Judy, before we kind of come to the end of this interview? I mean, it's been fascinating just listening to everything you've done, and literally the transformation in you, Judy, from when you came into the program and I'm working through this program. You're about 3/4 of the way through now in terms of having, you know, your business, you've got your packages, you've got your pricing sorted, you've got your, like, the webinars all going, you're learning all about how to get online sales, everything, the whole thing. And we're actually so close now to that. Yeah, come on.
No.
Is there, you know, what else, is there anything else you'd like to add about the whole experience you've had?
Just a big thank you, really. Just thank you for identifying where I could improve, identifying what my potential might be, and just giving me the knowledge and the practical support to actually achieve it. And you know, I'm not there yet, but I feel very confident that I will be. And to me, that's worth everything, because that same confidence is now being passed to my children and to whatever situation, any difficult situation that I've been through in, say, the past 4 months. And I have been through a lot of difficult situations, particularly around just dealing with finances, managing, you know, more dramas, relationship wise and stuff. And I just feel like I can handle anything. And that's something that I can take with me in any situation now, no matter what life throws. So you've kind of set me up for life.
Yes.
So thank you.
My absolute pleasure. And as I said, this is all about building stronger businesses, but more than that, stronger business owners and stronger women, more resourceful, because we've always got to juggle time and money and challenges. And, you know, people think that the businesses should be different to life in some way. They think that it should be all, you know, rosy and kind of like always being absolutely amazing and no issues at all. And that is not what real business is about. Real business is about rolling with the punches, kind of like knowing how to duck and dive and through and round and becoming resourceful. And if you have those skills, as you've identified, they're true skills of life, because you can use them not just in business, but in any aspect of your life. So I'm so excited, Judy, to see what is going to unfold over the next year. And you are absolutely right in saying that if you've come this far in a relatively short time, only a matter of months, we're not talking years, you know, a matter of months, you've actually got this clarity, know exactly what this business is, how to communicate it. It's affected your confidence levels in a really positive way. You've gone from charging 80 quid to already 200. And we're probably going to put a 0 on the end of that as well, in terms of some of the programs you're going to be offering and expertise and more, because you are truly an expert in your field. And this is about building everything and lifting everything and elevating everything so that you can actually achieve that beautiful house with your 2 smiling children and Angelica Sunshine, and actually having that, because that feels really great. And that is totally achievable and doable when you're committed. And I haven't met anybody, Judy, who has shown up with such commitment to actually her change and her development and really owning it. So thank you to you as well for showing up 100% in, and let's do this. So give everybody your website address, Judy, because you're going to be helping women transform their lives in terms of getting dream jobs and dream careers, and the interview story impression technique. The ISIT, because we shorten it. The ISIT technique that you have developed is so powerful. And so I understand that you're going to obviously have a free training that you're going to be able to educate people on about what you're doing and how it can help.
The 4 steps to interview success.
There we go. And so if anybody wants to actually reach out to you and learn more about that, can you give people your domain address, your website address?
It's www.judybullimore.com.
Lovely. And people hopefully can be able to see your name underneath here, so it's they'll know how to spell that, and I'll put a link under these videos as well. But that's amazing. Thank you so much, Judy, for your time today. I wish you I'm not going to say luck, because you're going to do it, you're going to nail it, girl. There's great things already coming to your life, and it's only going to get bigger and more expansive. So amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.